After the Gimli glider was patched up and flown off, life in Gimli continued much as it had before. But nobody who lived through it ever forgot that summer day in 1983. The 767 itself, tail number 604, was flown to Winnipeg, and after some brief repairs, it returned to service. It continued to fly with Air Canada for another 25 years. When the plane was retired in 2008, there was a send-off ceremony in Montreal.
Bye-bye. That was beautiful.
Barbara Gluck had spent years watching a steady stream of visitors from around the world arrive in Gimli, asking to see the landing site, or visit a Gimli Glider museum, or see a statue of Captain Pearson. Nothing of that sort existed. As president of the Gimli Art Club, she had helped oversee the creation of a gallery of murals along Gimli's iconic seawall. One of the murals featured the Gimli Glider. When she discovered that there were people coming to Gimli from outside of Canada just to see the Gimli Glider mural, she was convinced that something more had to be done to commemorate this legendary episode in Canadian aviation history. In 2008, when word came down that 604 was being sent to the boneyard to be cut up for parts, Barbara started mobilizing the community of Gimli to establish a glider museum and raise money to buy parts of the plane that could fill it. She told everyone she spoke to, "Give me $100 and your name goes on the sign." It worked. A dedicated group of community volunteers formed, and for a year they worked tirelessly to bring the museum together. Upon opening, it was an instant success, drawing crowds, rave reviews, and a Travel Manitoba listing as a must-see-em.
Commonly acknowledged as one, if not the top, aviation story in the world, Gimli was fortunate to have it happen here with a out-of-fuel plane, and Gimli ended up being the decommissioned racetrack, former airport for the Canadian Air Force, and they've landed here on a racetrack, and that has evolved into changes in aviation. For us, it's evolved into a huge tourism attraction. We see people from around the world that come to visit us to see this tremendous story.
In the years since, the museum's volunteers have only intensified their work. Through donations large and small, and many complicated negotiations, the museum now boasts the cockpit instruments, the door to the ram air turbine, a section of the fuselage, and the tail fin with its famous tail number. Finally, in 2025, the cockpit itself was returned to Canada and paraded through Gimli as part of that year's Canada Day Parade. Captain Pearson was there to accompany it. You're now standing at the site at the end of our tour, where the cockpit will be permanently installed after it is restored. Just beside the runway where the Gimli glider landed, it will be part of a commemorative park that the museum and the community are developing together. It will be the next stage of this community's efforts to commemorate the events of the Gimli glider.